Hi everyone. This is just a quick tutorial on how to do mapping tasks with the HOT tasking manager. And HOT is the Humanitarian OpenStreetMap Team. And I know there's probably a few tutorials like this out there, so I'm probably recreating some things, but I just thought for this project, for this task, for what's going on right now, this was just the easiest way to do it. Hopefully this will be five or 10 minutes at the most. But this is a tutorial for, people who haven't done this before. So, and I'll put these links down below, but the first thing we need to do is sign up for OpenStreetMap if you haven't done that already. So it's easy to do. OpenStreetMap.org, you'll sign up. You'll probably have to confirm your email or something, but that's it. If you're already signed up, then you just need to be logged in. And you should see just a map of the world. And what we're going to want to do next is go to HOT's website. This is their main website that talks about their mission, what they're doing. Tasks.hotosm.org is where we're going to find the tasks. One key thing here is you need to be logged in, and it's going to use your OpenStreetMap login as your HOT login. So I'm logged in, so they know I'm a real person. And here's the thing, there are a ton of tasks here. These are all different humanitarian needs around the world. These ones are marked as the most urgent, and we're actually going to stay right on this main page, but you can actually filter by difficulty, by project type, by parts of the world. You can actually use a map here and zoom into different parts of the world and find a task based on geography. But for us, we are going to there are 3 Myanmar tasks that are marked as urgent, and what's nice here is this is a difficulty level, so moderate, and easy. So because we are beginners, I'm going to choose the easy. So simply just click on it. And this is just going to tell you a little bit about what happened and why this is important. But this one really right here is really important. The type of mapping. So buildings are highlighted, but roads could be highlighted. So in that we would be doing roads, waterways, land use, or other. In this, it's just buildings. So they just want us to map buildings. Esri is providing the imagery via their world imagery layer. So they license satellite data from many providers. And what this tells me is we are actually going to be mapping pre-event structures. So creating a base map of what these areas looked like before the earthquake. At some point, there will probably be tasks to map the after, but it's important to have a baseline, especially, in parts of the world where not all of the buildings or roads are mapped. So if we zoom in here, you're going to see a bunch of little polygons. These are the areas that Humanitarian OpenStreetMap Team is asking us to map. And I am doing this like completely on the fly here. Oh, there we go, zoom to tasks. So now we're seeing this grid. And these are all tiles that people are working on. In fact, this one that's locked right now, someone is working on that one right now. So there should be a legend. I think there should be a legend. Okay, this is me doing this live. But green are validated and blue have been mapped. And let me see. And white are, they haven't been mapped yet. So I can actually just select one. And why don't I just select this one right here? And you can select whichever one you want. Or you can, oh, there's the map. There's the legend. I'm sorry. I'm not going to edit that because I don't know. Because who cares, right? There is the legend. You can have it assign you a task, or you can select one to task or to map. So I'm going to select this one. And when I do that, now I have this little editor pop up. Now, if I were to go into OpenStreetMap and zoom in and edit, I would see something very similar. So it's using the same ID editor, the same technology. And I can, I don't need to search anything. So I'm just going to put that to the side. Here are my instructions. I have this locked for 2 hours, basically. There's my instructions. If I, is the area too large? I can split it. Here's how I can ask questions. Here's general instructions. And here's buildings quick tutorial. So here's a tutorial that's probably way better than mine, which will show you how to map buildings. I'm just going to do the quick version here. So back to my main window, you see this pink square. That is the grid that I was looking for in the screen prior. So this little pink square is my domain for this task. For this project, do not edit outside of this area. And so for this task, it's pretty straightforward. We can see a bunch of buildings here. This is some boundary that probably shows the boundary of like where structures exist. And I can see I probably have 20 buildings in here or so to map. So in OpenStreetMap, you can either create a point. This could be a tree, a point of interest. You can create a line, which is typically a road or a coastline or a river, or an area. So I am going to do area, and there's actually a shortcut, the number 3. So I'm going to do area, and all I'm going to do is draw 4 points, and I don't need to be perfect here, around that building. And yeah, you don't need to be perfect. There's another shortcut to square this off, which is super handy. So once I've drawn this little polygon, I can make it a circle. I can move it. I can square it off. This is the one that's going to be handy for this task. So Q. So that just makes it a perfect square. Again, it doesn't need to be perfect. It just needs to be good enough. One important thing, and you're seeing this, these alerts, is I need to tell OpenStreetMap what I just mapped. Is this a swimming pool? Is it a soccer field? In this case, it's a building. So I'm going to click on here, and building came up, but I could, let's see, I could do a search like for school. 32 search results for school. But in this case, I think they've already pre-built the fact that they want buildings here. So it's like showing me, hey, this is a building. So I've marked it as a building. I've squared it off. And honestly, that's all that needs to be done. It's that easy. And the cool thing is, I can now take this and copy and paste it, and boom, I've just done another building. I could even do that again right here, and even though it's the wrong size, I can go in and adjust it to that size of building. and I'm going to square it off, and I've just done 3 buildings. It even says right there, I've done 3. And so essentially for this task, I'm just going to go through, and I'm not going to record that whole thing because you might get bored, but it should take me 5 minutes or less just to draw all these buildings. And once I'm done, this is very important, you want to save it. So I'm saving it. It's going to put in a comment that this is already pre-filled out, that this is a HOTOSM project with some tags to help them find it. It's already predefined these hashtags. If I want somebody to review my edits, I can click this and someone will come and review it. This is just a review of the tags and my 3 buildings, and I'm actually just going to upload it right now. And just like that, I've added 3 buildings to OpenStreetMap, complete with the change set. So I can click on this. It probably won't show the buildings. It might take 10 minutes or so for those buildings to show up in the map, but this is the little area that I just mapped, and there's my name, Esri World Imagery. So it's there. Now, let's say I finish this little square. I would just say, is this task completely mapped? Yes. And that's just going to change that grid cell to blue, meaning that it's mapped and it needs to be validated. But I haven't completely mapped it, so I'm just going to hit no, and I will leave a comment that's saying I was just doing a tutorial and I will come back and finish the job. You don't have to do that. I'm doing that because whatever. And submit the task. And that's it. That's it. And it'll keep a log of everyone who's working. Here's all the people who are contributing. So you might be able to find your friends on there. But that's really it. And the goal is to turn all these squares green. What will happen after you've done the mapping is a validator, and this is typically someone who has a lot of experience, is just going to come in and validate that the work was done and it meets the requirements, and then they'll mark it as green. So then it'll be completely finished. And then once this task is done, we'll move to the next task and knock out all these tasks. So hopefully that was helpful. Hit me up if you have any questions, and good luck. And let's get these tasks mapped. Thank you very much.